Hello students, here I am with the first video lecture for Economics class 12th, Macroeconomics and Indian Economic Development. You all know the two segments of Economics for class 12th. Both will carry 40 marks each, Macroeconomics for 40 marks, Indian Economic Development for 40 marks, and remaining 20 marks are for project work. So first we will begin with macroeconomics, and before we begin with macroeconomics, let's go the way we started in 11th standard. Human beings. We all know they have wants and resources, or we say means. Wants are unlimited and recurring. So whatever wants a person is having, they are unlimited. तो जो भी होता है इंसान के पास वो उससे ज़्यादा चाहता ही है. आज उसके पास साइकिल है तो उसे स्कूटर चाहिए, स्कूटर आ जाता है तो बाइक के बाद लग्जरी बाइक आ जाती है तो उसे कार चाहिए, कार आ जाती है तो लग्जरी कार चाहिए. तो इट इज़ एंडलेस एंड गोज़ ऑन एंड इट्स रिकरिंग. तो एक इच्छा जब इंसान की पूरी होती है तो उसके बाद उसने दूसरी इच्छा उसकी दोबारा सामने आ जाती है. When we talk about resources, तो they are limited. Resources यानी संसाधन जिन्हें हम कहते हैं, a person, whatever earning he is having, it is limited. No one in this world can say that he is having enough at every point of time that he can fulfill all his wants. That is, scarcity always prevails, and apart from it, it has another feature, that is, the resources can have alternative uses. For this, let's take an example that you have 10 rupee note and you are feeling thirsty. So you do have number of options. आप 2 रुपए का पानी का पाउच लेके भी अपनी प्यास बुझा सकते हैं, 10 रुपए का पानी का बॉटल लिया जा सकता है, या 10 रुपीज़ का कोल्ड ड्रिंक लेके भी आप अपनी प्यास बुझा सकते हैं. So we know that resources have two features, that is, they are limited and have alternative uses. These two features of resources brings out a problem of choice. The person has to choose from variety of alternatives that on what he find it more or what he find it more important to spend on a particular thing than the other. So he has to choose, a person has to choose where he is going to put on his limited resources so that he gets maximum satisfaction. And this resources being limited and having alternative uses brings out the problem of choice, that is, a person has to choose, and it's all because of scarcity. No one has ample of resources that he or she may be saying that at a point of time he may not be suffering of scarcity, and this lead to problem of choice, and this problem of choice is only referred as economic problem. So whether a producer, whether a consumer, they do face this problem, and studying economic problems is economics. So limited resources, they have alternative uses which lead to problem of choice, which is referred as economic problem, and studying economic problems is termed as economics. Economics has again two segments, that is microeconomics and macroeconomics. So microeconomics you have studied in detail in 11th standard, and this year we will deal with macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is a branch of economics which studies economic issues or economic problem at the level of an economy as a whole. If we talked about microeconomics, तो हमने जो पढ़ा last year, तो it was about the individual level. एक individual level पे जब हम economic problems को, ये economic issues को हम पढ़ते हैं तो उसे हम microeconomics कहते हैं. और जब पूरी economy के लिए जब पढ़ा जाता है, जब पूरे देश के लिए उसे पढ़ा जाता है तो उसे हम मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स कहते हैं. और इकोनॉमी जैसे हमने पहले भी पढ़ा उसे का सिस्टम ऑफ एन एरिया दैट टेल्स अस हाउ द पीपल दे अर्न देयर लिविंग. तो एक सिस्टम जो हमें बताता है कि मतलब उस क्षेत्र में, उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में कितना और कैसे लोग अर्न करते हैं, वो इकोनॉमी कहलाती है। और इकोनॉमी हमने 3 पढ़े थे 11th स्टैंडर्ड में, ठीक है। कैपिटलिस्ट इकोनॉमी होता है जिसे हम मार्केट इकोनॉमी भी कहते हैं, वी हैव सोशलिस्ट इकोनॉमी जिसे हम सेंट्रली प्लान्ड इकोनॉमी कहते हैं, या मिक्स इकोनॉमी। कैपिटलिस्ट इकोनॉमी हमने बताया जिसमें हमने गवर्नमेंट का इंटरफेरेंस नहीं होता है। सेंट्रली प्लान्ड इकोनॉमी में गवर्नमेंट पूरा डिसाइड करती है, और मिक्स इकोनॉमी में दोनों ही के बेनिफिट्स हमें मिल पाते हैं, कैपिटलिस्ट और सेंट्रली प्लान्ड इकोनॉमी के। अब हम देखते हैं दोनों के बीच का डिफरेंस, यानी माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स और मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में क्या डिफरेंस आता है, और हाउ डू मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स डिफर फ्रॉम माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स। So first difference we go for is basis of study. So microeconomics we say that studying economic problems at the individual level is microeconomics. So microeconomics deals with the individual level, or macroeconomics studies the economic problem at a economy as a whole. When we talk about the economic variables, so 2 variables are there with microeconomics, that is consumer demand and producer supply. Or when we go for the macro, so as it is for the economy as a whole, we talk about the aggregate demand, that is what we say that what an economy spends on the variety of goods and services in an individual year, or aggregate supply, that how much producer is supplying for the whole economy. If we talk about the economic agents at a micro level, they are individual economic agents like households, producers, or firm. Or macroeconomics, we have institutional economic agents like RBI, SEBI, TRI. So these are there. Then degree of aggregation. If we talk about degree of aggregation, so it is very less at a micro level, and macro level it is always more than the micro level. Different sets of assumptions. So obviously when we are studying micro, so at micro level we find, or we assume that macro variables are constant, and at macro level, or while studying macro level, some of the micro variables are taken as constant. Now what is the central issue regarding micro and macro? So in the microeconomics, it is about the allocation of resources. So whether a producer or whether a consumer, he is just concerned about allocating his resources in such a manner that if we talk about consumer, he wants to have complete satisfaction, and producer, he wants to have more and more profit. He goes for profit maximization. And if we talk about macroeconomics, the central issue is about determining overall level of output and employment. So as we are talking about the economy as a whole, so it deals with overall level of output and employment. Method of study. Method of study, if we distinguish micro and macro on the basis of method of study, so what we say, microeconomic study is referred as partial equilibrium analysis. Partial equilibrium analysis, that is, we are going for a segment of a economy. Or macro level, it's a general equilibrium analysis, that is, we are going for the whole of the economy. Why, like we say that Akshay Kumar, he contributed 25 lakhs for COVID-19. So here we are talking about the individual person, that is Akshay Kumar. And if we talk about the film industry as a whole, so then we say it's a general equilibrium analysis. So micro level analysis, it's partial equilibrium analysis. Macro level is a general equilibrium analysis. And last, micro-macro paradox. So in 10th standard we studied about, in development chapter we studied that developmental goals may be conflicting. Conflicting, that is, It may be good for one and may not be good for the other. So same here we have macro paradox that something or few things may be logical at the micro level but may not be logical at a macro level. So let's take an example. Savings. क्यों आदमी सेविंग्स करता है? So he goes for the future security or future prosperity. So at micro level, and when a person is saving, so he is going to go for the future prosperity. But at a macro level, same saving, that is the more savings done by the person, so what may happen? He may be going for the less of demand, he may be demanding less of goods and services, demanding less of goods and services, less of expenditure, that means less of production. So economy may be going for future poverty than prosperity. So savings, they are virtue at a micro level and vice at the macro level.